To see the entire 60-minute video, go to Yahoo Video and search Robert Morey on their homepage. These links will also get you there. www.putfile.com/lieutenantcolumbo/media or staugustinian.blogspot.com and look for important Dr. Robert A. Morey links.
I, Larry Wessels, decided to investigate that claim by calling the Library of Congress and asking them about this.
And another subject heading may be Jewish Arab relations, economic development, religious aspects, Islam. Now they still have got the Islam as their subject heading, but some of them may not. So some of them may be, their main primary subject entry may be economics, religious aspects, Islam. So it's still about Islam. Okay, I see. 5,569 books published since 1968 on the subject of Islam.
If someone were to say he's read every single title in English on the topic of Islam, how would he possibly be able to do that if he were going there? Is it possible to do it if you were actually there in physical person? I mean, that seems like that would take an awfully long time because of the complexity you just described.
Right. I would say that would be a very highly unlikely that occurrence could happen, that could really happen. Right. What I did is I just went ahead and searched Islam. I browsed Islam as a subject, and I've got 5,569 with the subject of Islam post-1968, 1,643 pre-1968.
Oh. And all these are listed in the Library of Congress.
With the search, it came out with almost 2,000 hits.
Oh, did it? Oh, you did while we were talking.
That's the 5,500 hits that were published since 1968 in up, with the main subject entry being Islam.
Uh-huh.
We had a search over there for English language titles. It came out 1,900.
1,900? What was that number?
1,951. But once again, that is not a complete search.
Oh, wow. Well, you were just wonderful, and you're the librarian at the...
Well, I'm an information specialist.
Information specialist at the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C. Oh, well, you were fantastic, and I will recommend you to anyone that needs information.
Okay, great. Well, I'm glad to help.
Okay, thanks. Hello? Is this the Library of Congress?
707-5522, and I'll transfer.
Okay, thank you. Library of Congress reference, can I help you? Yes, I'm just trying to find out the procedure there. There's an author of a book who claims that he read every book on a subject in the Library of Congress, and I was wondering if someone goes to the Library of Congress, I would assume they have to, can you check out a book and take it home with you, or do you have to research it right there? Okay, and when it is, I guess proper identification or something's done on a computer to verify that a certain person has checked out a certain book at that time. So if not private public records though. Okay, but they are on file. Someone made a claim that they researched every book in the Library of Congress on Islam. I called yesterday and found out that there's like 7,000 records. So it seemed like if they've done that, it would take them an extremely long time. Can you check out a whole bunch of books at one time, or how is this done? Can you request 10 books at a time? But I mean, how many can you read? You can only read one at a time. Exactly. So someone to claim, in their national publications and so forth, that they've researched every book on a subject on Islam, and they can only do 10 at a time. And there's 7,000 books or more, as I was getting the information yesterday. It would just seem hard to believe, is what I'm saying. Right. Seem hard to believe. 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 Right. But I do appreciate your help. Thank you. Bye-bye.
And now let's hear a few more quotes from True Seeker Bob.
Because there are people like that who, if they really were honest and they really wanted to know the truth, they would be willing to look at this.
And there's a lot of liars out there. And Jesus said, be not deceived. There are lots of false prophets. They will come to you in sheep's clothing. And there's a lot of people who write a lot of books who lie about a lot of things. I'm just saying that I don't care if they're so-called Christian writers or non-Christian writers. Try to check it out.
That is, men who fear God. Therefore, they will be trustworthy men who hate dishonest gain.
And now let's hear a few more quotes from True Seeker Bob.
Because there are people like that who, if they really were honest and they really wanted to know the truth, they would be willing to look at this.
And there's a lot of liars out there. And Jesus said, be not deceived. There are lots of false prophets. They will come to you in sheep's clothing. And there's a lot of people who write a lot of books who lie about a lot of things. I'm just saying that I don't care if they're so-called Christian writers or non-Christian writers. Try to check it out.
That is, men who fear God. Therefore, they will be trustworthy men who hate dishonest gain.
I didn't have any previous training, but if a sucker can be taken once, he can be taken several times.
But you seem to go against the grain of from what I've heard.
Yeah, I'll make it very, very simple. When I was a student at Westminster, you must understand that God gifted me to be a profound reader. I mean, I'm talking 20 books an hour, 25 books an hour, where I literally would go and find such things.
Robert Morey, who has claimed in his ministry mailings that he held a degree from Faith Theological Seminary, Gujranwala, Pakistan, has had this supposed degree revoked by the same institute. The certificate of cancellation is seen here, and the school can be contacted for more information. Morey claims in newsletters that he has mailed out by the thousands nationwide during different years that the Wessel brothers of Texas had embezzled and stolen large sums of money from his ministry, and therefore he needs supporters to send him as much money as they can to make up for this. Morey has consistently made these claims about the Wessels brothers, who he, in more recent years, refers to as the Russell brothers of Texas. These claims have been made by national mailings, word of mouth, facts, in his church, at national conferences, and even on his national radio show over many years. Documentation and witness testimonies indicate Morey has claimed the Wessels have stolen anywhere from $30,000 to as much as $150,000. Instead of turning the Wessels over to law enforcement officials for criminal prosecution, Morey has chosen to seek those who will believe his Wessels-Russell brothers of Texas story in order to secure sympathy and financial support. If Morey's claims about the Wessels and or Russell brothers are untrue, then Morey is telling false stories in order to obtain money from the public. If you or someone you know has heard this story, or more importantly, if you have actually given money to Robert Morey as a result of this story, please contact us right away. Please contact Larry Wessels, Post Office Box 144441, Austin, Texas 78714, or call 512-218-8022 and leave a message. And now for a final word from Truth Seeker Robert Morey.
David, welcome to Truth Seekers.
Hello, Dr. Morey. How are you?
I'm doing fine, having more fun than is legal.